Hello, my name is Preston Summers, and this is going to be our first look into understanding how pairs of currencies move throughout the global market. So here we are, the pairs enter the scene. Today we will be taking a look at Euro/USD, which is one of the most traded currency pairs in the world. In this, the euro, shown first, is treated as our base currency, which is the currency we're worried about, and the US dollar is considered the quote currency, which is shown second. This is the currency that we're quoting the euro against. So with this, the price tells us how many dollars 1 euro is worth. So let's start by understanding a little bit about our currencies and what affects them. So the euro comes from the 20 nations of the Eurozone. This area combines to make the third largest global economy in the world. They play a large part in global manufacturing, exports, financial services, and so on. And it is the second largest reserve currency and the second most traded currency globally. Next, we have the dollar, obviously coming from the United States. This is backed by the largest economy in the world, which in America is driven by innovation, consumption, and global trade, and is the largest reserve currency as well as the most traded currency globally. So Euro USD is really kind of a powerhouse in the Forex market just due to the backing and the currencies that are being traded being the first and second most traded and largest reserved currencies there are. So next we'll go over the graph of the last decade of this currency. On the bottom you'll obviously see years, and on our y-axis you are going to see the dollar amount for the euro against the USD. Overall, we have seen a small decline over the past 10 years. That is to be expected with inflation being what it is globally, as well as some policy decisions that have driven up and down the price of both currencies, respectively. To start, we'll see that in early 2014, we had our high for that year, but debt concerns of the Eurozone started to cause a large dip. This led to a low in 2015, which was partially rebounded by the ECB stimulus to kind of stimulate that economy, which did eventually fall out in late 2016, early 2017. This leads us to a 2018 peak where Eurozone optimism was at an all-time high. This was after the Great Britain threatening to leave and all of that, and the Eurozone had really come back to its own, but the overhype of the market does begin to cause a small decline, which leads us into 2020, 2021. Now, globally, there was a lot of drop of a lot of currencies, but we actually hit a high here due to the rampant inflation of the dollar, keeping the euro strong. And then our biggest dip, which took us to our lowest dollar amount ever for the euro, was in 2022, with Fed hikes in the United States and the Ukraine war causing a huge loss of confidence in the Eurozone in many ways, but specifically in their economy. It, of course, stables out by 2024, and it's been fairly stable, small increments of dropping, but we are on the rise coming through 2025. Finally, we will do our percent change over the decade. We're going to start in 0106 of 2014, where we were at 1.3617, or 1 euro was worth $1.36. We end at 1/1 of 24, where the euro was worth $1.09.5. Doing this, when we subtract our start from our end and we divide by our start, we get a percent change of negative 19.527%, which is more or less saying that the euro is a little better than down 20% over the decade, which obviously is not preferable, but is not outrageous considering the time period and inflation. And here are the sources we pulled this from. Macro Trends and the European Central Bank was mostly where we got these from. Thank you for being with me.